What's up, guys? Matty here, mixandmastermysong.com. Today is going to be the third installment of our series, mastering the same song with different plugins. So we've done Fab Filter already, and we've done Waves already. If you want to check back in the previous videos, if you want to see those done. This time we're doing Universal Audio plugins. So we're just going to master the same song using just Universal Audio plugins. Let's go. All right, guys, so here's the song. It's Say Something by my buddy Meekins. You've heard it before on the other two mastering videos. But just like the other ones, what I'm going to do is just play a minute of it so you can get a vibe and hear the song before we start mastering it. And then we'll start going through it. So here it is.
Yeah. The life. On the grind, feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to shine. But I've been picking up the pieces, going through in my mind. They setting traps, but I'ma see how to avoid them this time. Was 16, just selling tickets, hoping people would show up. Filled out of class, I never listened when they told me to grow up. Going through schemes in my head, thinking how I could blow up. To chilling in the penthouse, elevators we go up. Some people rather have a million than a million friends. Some people rather have a Prius than me pushing the Benz. And me, I'd rather get blunted than get drinks with some friends. I spent some time in Hollywood, but I don't be in this mess. How come a lot of dudes preach, but the role's on lease? I'm in the cold till next week, speed town's on freeze. And when I wonder when it's worth it, try and remember that I'm living with this purpose. Yeah, hey. I just do it for the art, I do it for the soul. Think about the future for us, hoping we can grow.
All right, so you guys get the idea. So my thoughts is just I want to clean. There's a little bit of mud to it. I want to clean that up, make it a little bit wider, and just bring it a little more forward, a little more presence to it. The mix sounds good already, so we don't want to do too much damage to the mix. Like, a lot of times with mastering, it's doing less is actually better because we don't want to, mess up the production and the mix and all the stuff that's been done previous. So it's just about maybe getting the song a bit louder, giving it a little more presence, giving it a little more shine, and that's it. So let's start off with a little bit of a cheat code here. We're going to use the BX version Digital 3. Now, you say, wait, that's Plugin Alliance, but they have a UAD version, and it's one of my go-to EQs. So whether you're using Plugin Alliance or UAD, you can get it. So to me, it's valid because it is on the UAD platform. So first what we're going to do is we're just going to scoop around here and try to find some of this mud and just pull it, dial back just a touch. So here we go.
On the grind, feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to shine. But I've been picking up the pieces, going through in my mind. They setting traps, but I'ma see how to avoid them this time. Was 16, just selling tickets, hoping people would show up. Filled out of class, I never listened when they told me to grow up. Going through schemes in my head, thinking how I could blow up. Some people rather have a million than a million friends. Some people rather have a Prius than me pushing the Benz. And me, I'd rather get blunted than get drinks with some friends. I spent some time in Hollywood, but I don't be in.
So it's slight, but it cleans it up a bit. And then what I'm also going to do is add a little bit of width with this amazing stereo width knob and bring up just the sides. So this is a mid-side EQ. So this is the mono and the sides over here. You can treat it as a left-right EQ, which means it's, whatever you do on the left happens on the right. I like using it as the mid-side. So you can see, I just scooped out the lower mud and the middle because that's where the kick and the bass is, and that's where I'm getting it from. So that's the idea behind that. Now we're just going to boost like a dB on the highs, and this is something I usually do anyway, just to give a little bit of space and width to the high end, which is good just for ear candy and makes this mix sound a little bit bigger. And then we'll turn the stereo knob up a bit. I'm going to do it while I'm playing though, so you guys can hear the quite dramatic effect this can have.
On the grind, feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to shine. But I've been picking up the pieces, going through in my mind. They setting traps, but I'ma see how to avoid them this time. Was 16, just selling tickets, hoping people would show up. Filled out of class, I never listened when they told me to grow up. Going through schemes in my head, thinking how I could blow up. To chilling in the penthouse, elevators we go up. Some people rather have a million than a million friends. Some people rather have.
So there's that, and it already sounds a lot better if you could hear it while we were bypassing. It's got a little more width, a little more energy to it, so we're on the right track. Now, the next plugin we're going to use is something you need to be careful with if you're just mastering, because it's going to put quite a sound on the master. And this is something you sometimes might want to actually mix into, because this does affect the sound quite a bit. We're going to play with it and see if it works on this mix or not, but you know, we'll see. One thing I always do first thing when I open this plugin is you click open here and turn off the noise. You don't want any extra added hiss to a song. These over here are, you know, a lot of things that I'll change. These are the different kinds of tape. They all have a different sound. These are the different size of the tape. It all kind of has a different sound. The smaller the tape, the more kind of lo-fi it's going to sound. The bigger the size of the tape, the more high-end it's going to sound. Same goes for tape speed. This is super slow. 30 is as fast as it goes. And what it means is the tape's moving faster. If it's at 30 IPS, it's moving faster, so it, you know, it's less data being recorded on the tape, which means usually a better sound quality. Turn it down to 3.75, it's a low sound quality. Now, this is all cool. You can use it for different effects. We'll start at 15 with some half-inch tape, and we'll start with 456. So let's check this out and see what it sounds like.
On the grind, feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to shine. But I've been picking up the pieces, going through in my mind. They setting traps, but I'ma see how to avoid them this time. Was 16, just selling tickets, hoping people were sharp. Filled out of class, I never listened when they told me to grow up. Going through schemes in my head, thinking how I could blow up. To chilling in the penthouse, elevators we go up. Some people rather have a million than a million friends. Some people rather have a Prius than me pushing the Benz. And me, I'd rather get blunted than get drinks with some friends. I spent some time in Hollywood, but I don't be in this mess. How come a lot of dudes preach, but the role's on lease? I'm in the cold till next week, speed town's on freeze. And when I wonder when it's worth it.
So I kind of like it on this song. It adds a little more, you know, energy to the song that it needs, and it feels good. So we're going to leave it there. Next, we're going to use the Manley Massive Passive Mastering Edition. This is a fantastic EQ. It always sounds good. And what I want to use this for, so this is more of a color EQ. So this one we were using was more surgical. We wanted to get rid of some of the lower mids and add a little high end just on the sides. This was color, gave us the different sound. This is more color too. And this what I'm going to probably end up doing, just from what I'm hearing right now, is boosting the highs and the lows and just giving them a little more shine on the top, and maybe, depending on what it sounds like, maybe a little more boost in the low end. And this will be kind of the final EQ moves we need to make for this song.
On the grind, feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to shine. But I've been picking up the pieces, going through in my mind. They setting traps, but I'ma see how to avoid them this time. Was 16, just selling tickets, hoping people were sharp. Filled out of class, I never listened when they told me to grow up. Going through schemes in my head, thinking how I could blow up. To chilling in the penthouse, elevators we go up. Some people rather have a million than a million friends. Some people rather have a Prius than me pushing the Benz. And me, I'd rather get blunted than get drinks with some friends. I spent some time in Hollywood, but I don't be in this mess. How come a lot of dudes preach, but the role's on lease? I'm in the cold till next week, speed town's on freeze. And when I wonder when it's worth it, try and remember that I'm living with this purpose. Yeah, ay. I just do it for the art, I do it for the soul. Think about the future for us, hoping we can grow. Say so, say so, say so. I always knew it from the start, I gotta let them know. I got you on whatever, I just hope that we can grow. Yeah. Say so, say so, say so. Yeah, yeah. On the grind, feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to shine. But I've been picking up the pieces, going through in my mind. They setting traps, but I'ma see how to avoid them this time.
Okay, so that sounds pretty good. I felt like I needed just a little more upper mids there. So you can see we're just adding like a dB, maybe a dB and a half. Some super highs, you know, this is on a shelf, so it's gradual building up. And then same on the lows, we added half a dB, if that, just to give it a little more rumble, but didn't really need it on this song. So that basically goes through our main master. So let's hear this with, I'm going to turn, when I hit this, it means it's on and off. I'm going to turn it on and off and just play it really quick.
On the grind, feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to shine. But I've been picking up the pieces, going through in my mind. They setting traps, but I'ma see how to avoid them this time. Was 16, just selling tickets, hoping people were sharp. Filled out of class, I never listened when they told me to grow up. Going through schemes in my head, thinking how I could blow up. To chilling in the penthouse, elevators we go up. Some people rather have a million than a million friends. Some people rather have a Prius than me pushing the Benz. And me, I'd rather get blunted than get drinks with some friends.
So it sounded good. You could hear quite a big difference actually from turning it on and off. I think we kind of achieved what we were looking for as far as the change in sonic qualities that we wanted. So lastly, we're going to put on our limiter. And this is the UAD Oxford limiter, which I'm going to use. Thought I had the demo on this already, but I'm going to put this in demo mode because I don't actually own this limiter. But we're going to use all the UAD stuff. And so let's hear this now. So now this is just, we're using this as level. We're going to be just boosting input into the limiter. This also has this enhancer, which we'll play with just to hear. It's kind of like, from what I understand, part of the Oxford inflator, which is a kind of a cool tool to add some weird kind of harmonics to it. Let's see what it says here. It's not going to do it for us, but just gives it a little more flavor, I guess you could say, is from what I've used it for in the past. So here we go. So just so you say, you can't see the meters, but we're at like negative 14 LUFS. Not that I pay much attention to that stuff, but we're going to probably try to get around negative 9 if we can. And that should be good. Plenty good for streaming. Maybe too loud, but that's fine.
On the grind, feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to on the grind. Feel like these demons in my closet, they don't want me to shine. But I've been picking up the pieces, going through in my mind. They setting traps, but I'ma see how to avoid them this time. Was 16, just selling tickets, hoping people would show up. Filled out of class and never listened when they told me to grow up. Going through schemes in my head, thinking how I could blow up. Chilling in the penthouse, elevators we go up. Some people rather have a million than a million friends. Some people rather have a Prius than be pushing the Benz. And me, I'd rather get blunted than get drinks with some friends. I spent some time in Hollywood, but I don't be in.
And that's that. You can see we're only doing about a dB, maybe 2 dBs of gain reduction, and we're at negative 8.7 LUFS, so plenty loud. We could dial it back a little bit, but I like to go louder than softer these days, even though they're turning stuff down. They're not on SoundCloud, so that's kind of where I'm at as far as just general levels go with the LUFS stuff. So that's basically it. That's the 4 plugins we needed from UAD in order to master the song and make it sound good and ready for the radio and streaming and so forth. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you need your song mixed or mastered, hit me up at mixermastermysong.com. You can also check out my presets and courses there too. See you soon.